Hey everybody, welcome. So happy to be here. Happy to have you all here, and I'm very excited for today. Um, uh, right, my name. I almost forgot my name. My name is VJ Harris. I am your illustrious storyteller for this afternoon. My pronouns are they, them, he, him, and something funny. As an example, my players say my pronouns are DM. Get wild with it. You can find me everywhere on the internet: TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, either at VJH Creations or VJH_Creations. I'm a professional teacher, RPG designer, and game master, and I spend most or a lot of my time streaming over on Starlight Tales or Total Party Kiss. And before I turn introductions over to my amazing players, I of course am gonna have to give credit to the my favorite Star Wars fan fiction that inspired today's work. There's a four-part series. Have you heard Cry Havoc, We Were Soldiers Once, and The Death of Luke Skywalker by Parati over on Archive of Our Own. That was also inspired by Tomorrow, There'll Be More of Us by Demir Charmer. If you like this game, you got to go and read the series because it is so good. I absolutely love it. But enough about me. AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ. I also go by Husha Kid all over the internet. My pronouns are he, they, and you can, yeah, that's it. Is that it? Is that all I had to do? I don't remember what else I had to do.
Whatever feels good, honestly.
Yeah, we are at like what? We're at like what, 1,200 now for raising up money. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
Sorry, y'all. I had a moment with my dog. Darby, you're up.
Hi, hello, my name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet. I'm community manager, game designer, TTRPG performer, possible and all around menace on the web. I use she, they pronouns. And we're here. Yeah. Go forth and prosper, my brothers.
Kick her
All
out.
right. All right. Lamar, you're up.
Hello, the morning cheese, lads, lasses, both, neither, and everyone in between. My name is Lamar, aka Lamar the Con Guy, Lemar the Con Guy on all social medias, maybe for 2023. I am whatever they want me to be on the internet at any given time, as long as they let me have fun.
Thank you so much, Lamar. Ravon, you're up.
Hello, my name is Revon. My pronouns are he, Faye, just a little mystical, just a little mythical. I am gonna be here playing a trooper, but also you can also find me anywhere on the internet as the Mythic Bunny on Twitch, on Blue Sky, on Twitter, any sinking ship that is also known as Suckman. You know, the works. And that's me.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, Ryan.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Ryan or Sphinx. I don't do much. I just lurk around in people's channels. You usually find me at Sphinx RL on Twitter or Blue Sky.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody. And without further ado, let's get into it. In a galaxy far, far away, one stormtrooper made a choice. Despite being ripped away from a family he'll never know as a child and the years of indoctrination that followed, he wouldn't kill for them. FN-2187 was a stormtrooper. He made a choice. That choice sparked a revolution. In this moment, we find our squad, Eclipse Squad, returning in an atmospheric assault lander from destroying a rebel outpost shortly after the events of The Last Jedi. There is a little bit of time before you make it to the Imperial cruiser. Please take it away.
I think we see in the cockpit two stormtroopers uh, and uh, one with like a little flag indicating that he is the squad commander on their shoulder. And it's like just kind of takes a deep breath. All right, fuck. I'm gonna check on the others. Keep it steady.
Absolutely. Oh boy.
And it's gonna start heading towards the main area of the ship. Takes off his Stormtrooper helmet. You see a dark-skinned man with the standard crew cut soldier's haircut, uh, growing in beard, a scar on his cheek, and just tired eyes. And I think Belts is going to just look at the remainder of uh, the rest of Eclipse Squad, just to check up on everyone.
This atmospheric lander has the main like cockpit area, and then the rest is mostly just this kind of large open space where there's about 20 people in your squad. And so the other 18 are just kind of going about their own business in this area. A few of them have pulled out like a deck of cards, a little bit of contraband, that they shouldn't have on them, having just gotten done. This should have been left on the Imperial cruiser, but who's going to tell, right? But it is, at least from them, it is a bit of a subdued moment at this point from the various stormtroopers. But the rest of you that would be in here, what's going on with y'all?
Yeah, when we come to Rhett, he's got his helmet off. He's sitting a little bit off from where they're playing cards. And he has a card in his hand that he's flicking between his hands. That's not from the deck. It looks old, like he's had it for a while, and it's the Ace of Hearts. And it has a hole through the center. And he's just flicking it between his fingers. And he has that look on his face like mentally he's not here in this moment. And he's just flicking the card between his hands by himself. And he's a like dark skinned guy, like short cut hair, this clean shaven face. He looks not young, but he looks like he's seen enough.
You would also notice a rather slightly more than your usually built stormtrooper, slightly taller, slightly stronger, a dark-skinned man with sleek black hair that's pushed directly back. On the left side of his face is a deep burn that covers pretty much a third of his left face. Without his helmet on, as he just gets done cleaning his helmet, he's been walking over to those playing cards, and he goes, I know that what I see here is not a bunch of rule breakers on the ship. I know that's not what I'm looking at. I know you people know better than what you're doing. I personally know this. So, but I've lived a bit, and my eyes aren't the best anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wipe my eyes. And I'm going to hope that this contraband that I think I'm seeing disappears before my sight, before I've opened my eyes again. And he'll begin closing his eyes and gently rubs them in front of him.
As you do that, PF-1493, otherwise known as Piff, will say, kind of like one of the younger members of Eclipse Squad, you're probably gonna have to keep your eyes closed forever if you don't want to see any contraband. But and mind you, Piff isn't playing, right? That is Oob and Quip right now that are playing, but it's just off in the corner, watching the two of them play. Leave Oob alone.
Should've
They
given him
chose
another
that
8.
name for themselves.
Exactly.
Oob, quote, steps forward without opening up his eyes. He leans down so that he gets face to face with this other stormtrooper, gently puts his hand on their shoulder, and he says, Again, I know with my age, my senses aren't exactly correct. Do you want to say that one more time?" And he does his best to kind of do like that old grandpa, like showing his strength without trying to hurt him and letting him know that don't test him right now.
Okay. I think because of Pip's age, he's a bit of a little shit, right?
Mhm.
But a lovable one. So I think that I'm gonna have you make the first roll of the game. I would like you to roll. Um, so here's the thing. I think there's an argument to be made for muscle or savvy, right? You're being a little bit intimidating with your size, or if you're trying to like be more verbally intimidating. So I will let you choose. It is going to be 2d6 plus whatever stat you choose.
I'm gonna use muscle because I got 2 for that, but I want to remind you I do have the Beast Gambit, which says you're intimidating, uh, which includes limiting the odds are against those when something to prove. I have upper
Okay.
hand against those with cowardly.
Okay, you do not have upper hand for Piff. If there's one thing Piff isn't, it's a coward. But I do have that marked down.
First order didn't raise no bitch.
All right, so that's a 2 and a 5, 7 plus 2. That's a 9.
Okay. So just for anybody unaware, the way this works is pretty much like set DCs for stuff unless I deem otherwise. So pretty much you were aiming for an 8. And I think hold on, I just want to double check something with Piff. Yeah, okay. Piff doesn't like kind of as you're kind of leaning over and just kind of looks like he's about to get up and like kind of stand up to his full height, which isn't gonna which not only the youngest but also the shortest, and that shortness isn't gonna grow with age. Like he is where he's at, or one of the shortest at least. And looks like he thinks about standing up and like just kind of giving you like a look and face, and it's like, all right, you're right, you're right. And just kind of like leans back. Still at this point, Oob and Quip still playing, just completely ignoring you. Um, what is going on with our other stormtroopers in this area right now?
I think Bella is just tending to their sniper of is it a rifle still? If it shoots out lasers? Sniper blaster?
Your sniper blaster, yeah.
Yeah. They're cleaning it and just watching. Not saying anything. Or rather like slim figure kind of has oh god, what are they called? A shoulder pad on
Pauldron?
a
that what it's
pauldron,
called?
thank you. Pauldron on their shoulder. And otherwise is just minding their business, watching what's happening. We're about to watch Piff get their ass whooped.
I'd like to say I think this is the point where Belts comes in, like sees this happening.
I'm just Piff, stop bothering, quote.
I was just trying to help out Oob and Quip.
I'm gonna look over to Oogie, which is OG 9240. He's like, Oogie, cockpit, go help out Fog.
At attention, runs off.
And like the general vibe is somber, right? Like
Yeah.
This has been different from our last missions. Like usually we're more amped.
Yeah, I'd say so.
but this time it's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit comms for, hey, Fog,
Yeah, what's up?
cut all outside communications.
Is this like a suggestion or is this like
Cut
a
all outside communications.
all right. And sitting in the cockpit is Fog. The entire time they've just been very quietly patient. Another person comes in and Fog has been shaking, holding on to the controls. Takes off his helmet, and we see Fog, who is a brown-skinned individual, not a single mark or scar or blemish on their face. And when they take off the helmet, they've got like a ridiculous amount of like brown curls that they have like chopped off haphazardly just to barely keep within code. They just take off the helmet and they're like, "Okay, I know I can do that. Buttons, things. All right, let's go." And he does as is told, trying to like slap a few things to cut off all communications. Like, all right, this is normal. Absolutely.
And I think Belts is gonna look at everyone. So I need your opinion on something.
Very specific.
You got this hasn't been right. I feel it. You all feel it. Nothing we have done was right.
With all due respect, sir, right or wrong, it was the orders.
Yeah, but I'm thinking FN had a point.
As you say that, so Ven, VN-9112, who also is just kind of sitting back, eyes closed, kind of leans forward. It's trader talk. Kind of looks around everybody else. You know what happened to the others? Their sins, our sin.
Yeah.
And not in like a like I'm gonna get up and do something about what you've just said, right? And not in like a
We're just
Yep.
like commenting on that.
It's
like,
literally
saying
just
the unspoken
stating
thing out loud.
like this is a like factually what has just happened here.
You're right. But just kind of like reaches into his underneath his armor and takes out his own dog tags and then underneath another set of dog tags. This is not the fight that I was promised.
In red, from the moment Finn's name was mentioned, has stopped flicking the card in his hand, and for the first time, like he hasn't heard a thing anybody else was doing in this room up until this moment. It's like he's looking at the captain. What are we gonna do about it?
Well, that depends. Is Eclipse Squadron ready to go dark?
Quote looks around at all the people in the art and say, "We seem to be the darkest group within the within the fleet. So we'll keep going."
I look pointedly at each member, just trying to see if they're giving me acknowledgement or if they're looking like they're not gonna follow.
I think out like Piff is very much just looking you head on, nodding. Unsurprising about that. Oob and Quip are still playing their card. Like if you didn't know they listen when you speak, you would think they weren't paying attention this whole time with how they've just kept playing, and aren't looking at you. But first off, the pair of them, like it's like you see one, you see the other, right? But you know if they're not in agreement with something, they'll like speak up. Otherwise, it's just kind of an unstated fact that hey, if they don't say anything, they're good to go. A number of the others are kind of look at you and are just kind of resigned to the fact that they're not going to turn you in, which means that their only other choice besides summary execution is to go with you.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of known that it's like if they don't if they're not going to turn me in, or if they were going to turn me in, Quote was going to do something about it.
I think at this point, Fog turns to Oogie, who is the other person that is in the cockpit, and goes, "You got the driving thing, right? Yeah, you got this. All right." And he stands up to blink out of the cockpit.
Oogie like looks at you, just
Don't press that button. Just don't press that one button. All right, hold on. This is important. I'll be right back. Like makes it to the rest of the group, having heard this. It's like, I mean, you said the things. We've all said the things. I'll follow you. What else are we gonna do? It's this or just repeating the same thing. I tell you, what are we gonna lose?
Piff pipes up. Probably our lives. On either side. I mean, we've done some stuff, haven't we? Are we even sure they'll take us?
They took FN, didn't they?
They did.
Take us or not, the excuses are starting to come hollow.
I got a couple ideas.
Such as?
Quip, who of the two, of Oob and Quip is the more talkative of them, kind of pipe up. Well, it better be something good. Because last I checked, from what I'm hearing, FN didn't have their hands drenched in blood the way the rest of us do.
Well, first, we're going to need to steal some equipment and a new ship.
What kind of ship?
What kind of equipment?
What kind of steel?
Yeah. If anybody's looking at Red at this moment, as soon as the captain asked the question about defecting, you would have seen his hand move to his pistol.
God damn it, Red.
We're gonna retroactively do something about it?
No, I mean,
Kidding.
when the captain was gauging everybody's response, his hand would have been on his pistol.
Oh, we got you. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think you and Quote have a lot of blood in their hands from two different
A
directions.
lot of extra blood on their hands.
But
goes.
He's moved it away when the talk has become more progressive.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna break into the Imperial Academy.
So this
Oh,
is
thank
like a
God they're
big thing.
novices.
It's like big. We're talking a
Uh,
big thing.
Okay, ZI-9260 goes by Zill, speaks up. Uh, um, um, d- how are we gonna, are you making this up as you go? Have you thought about this, breaking into the Imperial Academy? I know there's, for what, the most nervous of your of your Stormtrooper squadron, she gets the job done, but is very much the one that frets, like, oh, actually, this plan might not quite work that way. We should probably do this instead, and it just doesn't even know where to begin to say, what are we doing?
We're gonna cut off their supply of soldiers and bring them to the rebels.
So we
That
hand deliver
sounds-
some kids to the rebels and say, "Here you go," and hope they take us in. Sort of like you got always great plans, fantastic.
Whether they take us or not, sounds like a good move.
Yeah.
Look, the rebels aren't like you guys are worried about. The rebels aren't gonna just take in a bunch of clones who have a lot of blood on their hands. Well, a bunch of troopers that are gonna have a lot of blood on their hands. What they will take: freed kids and a lot of information.
And what kinds of information are we hoping to obtain besides these kids' parents and where they're from?
Security protocols, uh, war plans, armorants,
Nice.
movements, all the stuff that we have in our heads that the others don't. It's a war strategy.
And we got 20 of us with all that in our noggins. So
Well, 20
Mm.
now.
now,
Maybe 19. I don't know if Ubi over there's got much to give. And this Pith very lighthearted, and Oob's just
You know what, Captain? Everything my heart says we ain't gonna make it. But there's something in me that tells me we gotta try.
couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. Here's the full plan. And I think this is when they go into like Ocean's 11 style, and then like
The
zoom
sliding. This one snapping.
all right. Okay, so the important question about this to determine if we're about to get into a fight as you implement the first step, stealing a light cruiser. Stealing some type of cruiser, one that is small enough for your small group to pilot, but big enough to get as many kids as possible on here.
Yep.
Are we trying to stealthily do this? Are we causing a distraction? Are we just going head on? Like, mind you, if you're just to like lay it out here, you're allowed to be in the areas that have the ships, right? It's not like you would get in trouble for being in there. However, once you get on a ship that you are not supposed to be on, and you're definitely not supposed to be on any of these cruisers, given the time you would have gotten on it and whatnot, that is when the fighting starts. Depending on like if you're going in head first, if you're being stealthy, what are the vibes here? What is happening?
I'm
Good.
feeling stealthy. At least at first, if we need to get into a fight, we're good at a fight, but might as well get as far as we can unimpeded before having to go balls to the wall, guns blazing.
Mm.
The less time they have to react to us, the more time our information and our safety is better guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right then. Then what I'm going to ask from each of you is a savvy check. And who wants to roll a savvy check for your 15 other squads? Like you'll
It's
just
gonna
do the
it's gonna have to be
2d6
me.
plus.
let our captain do it.
I'm not
Go
rolling
ahead,
shit.
Captain. It's going to be 2d6 plus 2 for for all of the gang.
Hell yeah, they got a 10.
Okay,
Hell
they got
yeah,
a 10.
thanks.
We're gonna go down the line. We're gonna go across the screen as we did introductions. 10 for the other 15 members, kind of spreading out, but quietly making their way through here.
Yeah,
AJ,
they're getting on they're getting the ship, getting any extra supplies that we need,
mhm,
any extra supplies that we can carry as much as we
mhm.
can. Yeah, that's what the squad is doing.
Okay.
For me, let's see. Not as good. That's a 5.
Oh, that's a 5. Okay. Cool. I love to see that. Darby,
Am I,
what's
am I taking up blues or what's happening?
okay,
If it's
okay.
that's something.
Actually, yeah, let's see. What do we got going here for your troubles? Ooh, actually, you might take a blues for this. Give me 1 second as I look
Yeah, I need
that
the
up.
cheat sheet. Hold on. Where my cheat?
It depends on what you're like. It depends on what your questions are. But as I'm looking this up, Darby, please tell me what's Bella got going on for that savvy roll. Yes.
So it's 2d6 plus my savvy?
Correct.
Alrighty, so that's an 11.
Okay, all right. An
Bella's
11.
pretty savvy.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
So do I.
Okay. Lamar, what is going on with quotes?
Quotes by savvy as a heart attack. So, you know what? Not bad. 9. Good on quote. Huzzah!
Go.
Look at
Ooh.
quote. All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Loving
good.
this for quotes.
He said
That was
nobody's
really
gonna question quote.
Okay, let's see.
He says
9
what he
for
says, and that's why he's called quote.
You could quote me on that.
Ow. Psychic damage.
That's every time.
The power of the
Alright, let's
force
see.
compels you to laugh at my puns.
No.
Oh
I
my
hate you.
god.
I hate it.
These are the jokes you are
you're
looking for.
Okay. All right.
Everyone's
So,
fired. Everyone.
9 for quote. Going back to AJ for you for a second. So you have too big for your boots. You're the best at something and you know it. God help anyone who tells you otherwise. Ways that you gain blues are you put others down, you list your accomplishments, or you fail to prove your superiority. I will say yes, failing at this stealth check, which will probably end up in combat depending on how which might end up in combat depending on how things go, is failing to prove your superiority. So take
Yeah.
1 blues,
Yeah.
my friend. Um okay, Revon, what's going on with Fog? What do we got
Oh.
here?
Not a savvy, head empty, but did roll a 9 plus a 1, so we'll take that even 10.
Yes, we love to see it.
I love everyone else
Okay.
succeeding except for me.
Well, I haven't rolled yet, so
Oh boy.
My captain, my captain.
And last but not least, Ryan, what's going on with Rhett?
that is an even 8.
Okay.
It's just the captain then.
It is
Everyone
just
else
the
is so much
captain.
better.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to the captain in a second. The rest of you, so like just a quick word. What are you doing to prepare to get on the ship? We're gonna start with Darby. What are you bringing? What are you grabbing? What's going on? Or are you perched up somewhere? Like, what are you doing to before as you're leaving and to ensure that y'all get there safely?
So we are we're docked and like moving towards to steal this light cruiser?
Correct. So you are on an Imperial cruiser right now. There is a number of ships. You've got your lander that you are typically in, like just transporting you from the cruiser to the ground. You've got like the smaller ships that are like, like the TIE fighter styles. And then you have the the light cruiser, which is the biggest one here right now.
Okay. I think Bella's found like a perch somewhere closer to where the light cruiser is, so if she has to like bolt for the entrance, she can.
Okay.
Because I can't imagine there's an easy way for her to like climb on top of it because it's a big ship.
I mean, if you want to make a muscle check, mind
No,
you,
thank
if you okay, all right. I was just gonna say, if you fail, I am gonna lower what you rolled for savvy. But
yeah,
yeah,
I got a big old this kind of goose egg on muscles, so she's just gonna
I'm sure
go
there's
find,
a bunch of catwalks.
yeah, she's gonna find like a catwalk or some, or just
yeah,
an outpost to just kind of watch from above and like signal to people
yeah.
if she needs to.
Okay, perfect.
Sniper rifle in tow.
Ready to use if necessary.
Ready to use if necessary. Yep.
Okay, all right. Lamar, what's going on with Quote?
Quote is simply just going to walk directly where the ship is, look at whoever's going at that ship and says, I want to look at the ship. It's a nice ship. I want to look at it. And just walks into the ship.
There's like there's a mechanic who's just like is like just this small little guy. Just
Problem?
I know that
question?
Quote doesn't need it. I'm gonna say Miser and Gajeel are also with him.
I was
Just,
also
Excellent.
gonna.
just one is Miser is damage control if Quote gets a little bit too out of hand, and Gajeel.
I imagine Quote's one of those people on the crew that's like, we don't ask what he did, we just know that he did it. We don't ask. We don't want to know. He's carrying a shield for a reason. And that's after the problem.
Yeah, this just and just like scurries off to like one of the like TIE fighter style ships to like go do maintenance on us. Like
He turns to the other two, is like, you see, sometimes stealth is just telling people what you want. Consent is key in everything you do. Remember that.
God.
yeah. Let's get going before that becomes a problem though. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Revon, what's going on with Fog?
Okay, so I feel like with Fog, he's probably was watching behind, probably watching Quote go forward, deal with that. Awesome. But he also sometimes just has an angle with mechanics. So what he's gonna do is he's going to because that's the ship we picked. Understandable, fantastic. I want to utilize his grease monkey gambit, and I want to go forward and see if there is a way that he can falsify, like, or manhandle this ship so it doesn't look like it has taken off, lifted off, or it just looks like it hasn't disengaged at all. Everyone else can see that it's disengaged, but it's not gonna go off in the systems. It's essentially what he's gonna try and do.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. So your grease monkey gambit allows you to like so hold on, I just can't spell this word. Here we go. I can never spell exertion correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Exertion.
Okay, so before you do that, so here's what happens, right? You're gonna make a check first, right? To see if you like need it at all,
Okay.
because you can expend your health, your hearts to re-roll dice. Now,
Right.
if you decide, if you fail, if you like, I don't think I did well enough, and you want to re-roll, the standard exertion means that you can spend like a heart to roll one dice, but your Grease Monkey feat allows you to re-roll up to 2 dice per your like heart instead of 1.
Perfect.
So you just get a little extra guy, but you might not need to use it yet. But you are a little Grease Monkey guy. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the upper hand, which means roll 3d6 as a Grease Monkey,
Yes.
and take the 2 higher numbers.
Okay. Okay, so that is an 8.
It would be 3d. It would be plus your.
Plus my, is it my grit or my savvy?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say savvy. Savvy's your speed, smarts, and charisma.
That'll
So
be 9 then.
okay. Yeah, no. So you are ready. You've gathered anything that you possibly need here. You are ready to go, and you have gotten yourself onto this ship. Before doing so, well, no, I'll say on the ship at this point. Nobody has noticed you in doing so. And you are currently, you've like popped open one of the control panels. You're underneath like the kind of piloting dashboard, and just like, okay, you can't turn off, like, obviously people can look at it and see it, but the actual
Alert
like signals,
system.
the actual system that like that like sends this information off to like the command center of the Imperial cruiser will not know that this is actually leaving, which will buy you a little bit of time, will buy you a little bit of something, assuming you don't get into a firefight for some reason,
Yeah.
who's to say. And Rhett, what is going on with Rhett, Ryan?
Yeah, I think Red's basically the on the ground version of Bella. Like with Bella playing Overwatch, he's basically on the ground, like for angles that Bella can't get to. Like somebody needs to go down, the shot can't be made, or if somebody's in the way, he's
Okay, excellent, excellent. That is going to be
or it looks like somebody's going to like go off and say something.
yeah. Okay, excellent. So while the two of you have like stealthily done this, you also feel very confident you could quickly get into the cruiser. And I think it's very easy for the two of you to see as who's gonna come in. Ooh, who's it gonna be? It's gonna be General DeRay, who approaches your captain as Belts is trying to make their way to this ship. The general does obviously outrank you, is in the like imperial officer uniform, all blacks, has a little bit of like accented red around it and whatnot. You, designation.
Sir. Uh, BE-7152.
What are you doing?
Fuck, I don't even know what I didn't think this was.
So
It's perfectly in character. Your savvy roll didn't work out. You got nothing.
I got nothing. Crap. What can we do? What am I? Just, I mean, he's specifically asking what I am doing, right?
Yes.
He's not saying like, "What is your squad doing?" Because he doesn't notice my squad is doing.
No, it's just you. Everybody else is fine as far as you're
Everything
aware.
else is fine. All right. Just making my way over to our lander. Just make sure everything is up and ordered for the next person to use it.
Just kind of looking you up and down. Make one more savvy check for me.
Oh boy! All right.
I no.
Just for my information, how many people are around this person right now?
I'm gonna say, like, I think so it's just this general, your captain. There was that little guy that you saw, quote, kind of intimidate, that ran off, and it's like inside of like the guts of a ship right now, so isn't watching this. The hangar's kind of empty. Which it also has very few like actual ships inside of it right now. Y'all have just come back. There are others going out, but they have already left at this point. Like you picked a pretty opportune point to grab this, right?
That's a 6. Oh, that gets me.
So,
Better than a 5? Question
Better
mark?
than a 5.
it's not an 8.
Ah!
Ra-
6 is the 8 of the lower numbers.
Oh, is it
so
now?
it
Bella
is.
and Rhett, you can
Mhm.
see that this is going downhill quickly. You can see this is going bad. What are the two of you doing in this moment before this before this becomes a bigger problem?
How many people are in the hangar right now?
It's pretty empty.
It's
Pretty
pretty
empty?
empty. Yeah, you know that the rest of your squadron are on the ship. There's one little guy that's in the guts of a ship right now, but you don't see him, so he's probably like literally in there and is working on something, and it's just
And
those two.
Red gets on headset. Quote, might need you to carry a body. And we'll walk up behind them.
Knock him out! Knock him out!
Bella,
Mhm.
Kind of turns. Were you told to approach?
I was being debriefed by my captain. Sorry. And he'll turn around as if he's walking away. As soon as General turns back, he's
Yeah,
going
turns back.
and shoot him right in the back.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So. What? All right.
And
So.
he's gonna put it right up to his back so that a sound is not made.
Okay. So.
Quote's the dangerous one.
All right. So first things first. Okay. So the three of you that are in here, I need you to roll initiative for me real quick. So the way that this works, if you're planning on using melee, you do a D3 plus your savvy, which is a D6, right? So 1 to 2, 1, 3 to 4, 2, 5 to 6, 3. If you are planning on using a weapon, it's 2d3. You choose the highest plus your stat, or sorry, a ranged weapon. Oh, wait. Apologies, I got that flipped. If you are using a gun, it's a D3 plus your savvy. If you are using melee, it's 2d3. Choose the highest plus savvy. Every time I read that, I flip that upside down.
Roll a d6 and half it.
I have a question.
Yes.
With my marksman feature, or
Mhm.
gambit, it says the storyteller may allow the use of marksman's aim before combat starts, provided the characters had time to evaluate the situation, granting them an upper hand on their first attack.
That is exactly why I asked what you were doing earlier, because I felt we were going to get to this point. So yes,
Yeah.
your marksman would in fact count in this regards.
And I did warn Bella that I was about to do
You
so.
did. You
And
did.
I think Bella's pretty used to like Rhett's like communication just would have been already.
Yes, exactly. So, the captain is surprised. I'm gonna say, or the general is surprised. I'm gonna say you, the captain, isn't surprised because you know your squad. If Rhett's coming up,
Once I saw Rhett, I was like, oh, great, I'm good.
Yep, this is all right.
So-
Belts
so wait.
and then the general.
So I'm rolling 1d6.
Okay, is anybody here about to use melee?
I mean, if this guy is
Okay, quote's gonna come out.
Here, quote.
We'll put quote in initiative just in case, right? But quote, you're not here right now.
Gotcha.
I am gonna use melee.
Okay, so if you are using melee, it's 2d3, pick the highest plus your savvy. If you are not using melee, it's 1d3 plus your savvy.
Well, I rolled the same number, so it's gonna be 3.
Okay, all right. Love to see that. Darby, what you got going on?
Also, these are the names that I just came up with of the ones that you didn't name.
Thank you.
5,
Okay,
baby.
5. All right.
Savvy +2. Let's go.
Yeah, Ryan, what you got going?
So, because I'm using a ranged weapon in melee, like,
So it's not even about like being in melee per se. It's just like using a ranged weapon. You just roll 1d6 plus your savvy, or
Okay,
1d3. So it's 1 to 2, 2 3 to 4, 3 5 to 6.
okay, so that'll be 4.
Okay, quote, what'd you get?
Roll the 5 with 0 savvy, so 3.
Did you roll with it? Did you roll 2d6?
It was 5 and a 2.
Okay. Yep. And the general. Okay. All right. So,
Quote doesn't have any savvy. He's not fast. He's effective.
But you know who is?
okay. So here's what's gonna happen. Bella, you're up first. You've got like, despite knowing like exactly what Rhett's about to do, you are ready and willing to go. The order is Bella, Rhett, General, who's gonna miss her turn, uses uses he, him, and she, her pronouns. It's gonna miss her turn because she is surprised at this happening. And then it's gonna be Belts. Quote, you're not coming in on this round. You can come in at the end of next round if we get that far. We'll see if, but Bella, you're up first. Yeah, you might just
Yeah, the hangar is empty.
mostly you don't see anybody else right now.
I'm wondering if I should shoot the door to stop people from coming in, or I just shoot the general. I'm just gonna shoot the general. Just
Both are viable
Okay.
options.
both are viable options. I feel like
Okay.
Cool will be mad if they don't get to punch somebody.
Okay,
So
so
shoot the general.
Okay. This is not the only face in the galaxy.
all right, so here's what's gonna happen for you, Darby. Because you have upper hand, you're gonna roll 4d6, right? Here's what happens, right? You need to have she's in the uniform, she's not wearing armor right now, so the standard AC
Oh,
is
even
8.
easier.
Yeah, so you're gonna wanna, so what happens is you want to get to at least 8. And then the other die that you use, it's gonna be the amount of damage that you do, right? So
Okay. And now I add my savvy to this, correct?
yes.
Or-
You add for the attack. Yes, you add your savvy.
Yeah, how does an 11 sound to hit?
That is definitely going to hit. Just rings out. And how much damage are we talking?
How much damage is a sniper rifle?
Okay, so here's how this works. What are the numbers that you rolled on the dice?
Because I rolled 4d6, a
Mhm.
2, 4, 4, and a 5.
Okay.
2, 4, 6.
You have
4,
a
10,
okay.
15.
So the way that this works is because typically you would be rolling with 3d6, and what would happen is, so for example, you could have used the 2 and the 4 to be a 6, and then an 8 with your savvy, and then done 4 points of damage for what's left over, right?
Oh.
So that's how that works. But because you have upper hand, you have an extra die to mess around with. I would say with this configuration, you should use the 5 damage. You can get to 8 with any of the stuff that you've done.
Yeah, let's do 5 damage then.
Okay, then yeah, this sniper, where are you aiming? It doesn't kill him, right? So keep that in mind. It can't be just at this point, but yeah, where are you aiming?
Whatever hand is closest to their weapon.
Gotcha. Just straight through it. And here's the thing: you're aiming for the hand, and I think like moves as you're aiming. So instead, catches the elbow, shatters it. Like you can not like the bone breaking, and you can hear the pain. You hear this. Next up, Rhett, go ahead and roll your 3d6. It's gonna be 3d6 plus your savvy.
I also get upper hand every time I shoot the pistol.
Oh wait, that's right. So 4d6.
Right.
Yep,
No
go
fight.
ahead. Go ahead. Go buck wild.
I'm not gonna move. I'm just standing there.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
complete faith in us.
My helmet's on. They just see a clone. They just see a stormtrooper helmet, just looking at them as they die.
Completely annihilated.
20.
Wait a
Goodbye.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did you roll? What are your
A 6, a 6, a 4, and a 2, and I have 2 savvy.
A 6, a 6, a 4, and a 2.
Deleted.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So
but not for me.
okay. So first, you don't add all of those up, right? You add 2 of those up to get to at least
Oh.
8, which you can totally do. You can totally do, and
So
still
6 and a
have
2.
So
So-
that'll still be 18.
and still have
Because-
6 points of damage left over just to finish. Like, okay, all right. Well,
Finish.
from the, even Rhett, even though you came up first, you had the gun pulled, ready to go. Bella's like bullet from this perched area just comes through, hits the arm, in pain. Is just kind of looking at you, Belts, and then your gun at his back goes off, and there is just kind of a splatter, and this person drops to the ground.
Fatality.
Ready. Who had that ready to go?
Darby.
Darby, God damn it.
Beautiful.
If this game had inspiration, I'd give you some.
Got that baby
Literally
queued
just,
up.
like, did not move, did not react.
Just covered in.
Just like it's on my helmet. Just like
Now you're imitating the FN look, where he had the blood streak across his face.
yeah, but this time it's of an admiral.
And all you hear from Red is, Billy, you're getting faster.
Well, or you're just getting slow. Whichever.
You'll see.
Are we leaving the body behind? We're not leaving the body behind.
Oh, we're taking it with
We're
us.
taking the
We're
body.
taking-
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I saw.
Okay, I
Cliff.
wanted to double check.
Mine.
I just wanted to
No.
double check. At this point, we're out of combat.
I'll just be
Out
like,
of the-
just quote, come get this body. Red, stun the engineer.
just peeks out of the ship, looks at the body, he's like, hot damn, all right.
This-
Let me guess, the trigger happy one's happy? Throws
We're
the-
trigger happy.
I've
This
never
entire-
shot a person I've never shot a person from a distance in my life.
Rhett, you go over to the ship that this individual was in. You can mind you, this wasn't quiet. Like in the area, like it's loud in this area, but it's far enough away that you're probably okay for the moment. But you do go over to the ship that you saw the mechanic get in, and you can see, like, kind of looking under it, you can see there's like a hatch open, and you can just hear kind of nope, nope, and it's easy enough to put the stun baton against a metal part of it, let it go off, and it'll just kind of
Wait,
That-
even
he's
before
not dead.
that, even before that, I'll be like, you can come with us. We can explain to them what happened here.
I'm coming with you. That's fine. I'm coming with you. Let's go. Let's go. I actually don't want to be here. Nope. Let's go. All right. Yep. Just
21.
Correct.
Just kind of come scurrying onto the ship. We gotta go. We should go right now. We should go right now. Actually. Yep. I'm ready to be done. And it like looks at the blood. And gets in the ship.
Bog has been under the panel the whole time. All of this has been happening. And here, and here, and here. Here's the shuffling. What happened? Pull. Comes out. Oh, not blood again.
The admiral that we just killed, do they have any credentials or identification or
so-
IDs on them?
Slight correction, general. But yes,
Oh, general?
actually,
Okay, cool.
yes, they do.
Oh, this
Yes.
works out for us.
Yes, she does.
Bog,
Yeah.
We're
Bob,
geniuses.
I have
I could tell
I'm
you
about to
that,
have some codes that you can use for us to leave here without causing an entire problem. General
Ooh.
codes.
Mind you, not only with Fog, I think you would know with these with the information that is on the general, not only that, but also being able to access some additional information, because mind you, there are a number of imperial academies, right?
Mhm.
For various purposes, there are imperial academies that are that are used for they're like, oh hey, this is where we send the kids who we've stolen
Mhm.
and we're essentially indoctrinating them into this, growing them into it, and which is separate from other kind of standard stormtrooper training, right?
Mhm.
And you would have needed some way to get that information, right? That was going to have to be a conversation, like, how do we know where we're going? But with these codes, with this information, you are able to determine that easy, but you know that you'll be able to find that information at the very least.
So Fog,
We could download a bunch of shit on that credential too.
I will
can't we?
take it and I
You
will
know who
work my
you know who's
magic.
gonna get in trouble for defecting? This guy.
I don't think he'll mind very much. Do you? Just like nods head. Like
Quote
is-
is Quote's gonna do the best to Weekends and Bernie's the general someplace in the ship. So he puts him in the chair, patches him up a little bit, and then takes a picture so it looks like they're commanding the ship.
Look, our mascot.
Like he ordered us to come with him.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Or her.
Look,
Either
you
one.
said, DM, we're not the good guys. We're just the
Listen,
guys doing good.
we're the good enough guys.
listen,
Exactly.
I wasn't expecting Weekend at Bernie's this early at all from this. So you know what? You know what? Fair.
Eclipse Squadron, the good enough guys.
Look, they put all the brown stormtroopers in one group. We weren't supposed to live this
And
long
Bella.
in the first place. And Bella. You know what? Bella messes with us because we mess with Bella.
We are a group of proud African Americans, and Bella we're rolling with Bella because Bella's
We
rolling.
mess with Bella because Bella messed with us. It's not a lot of Asian stormtroopers, so we got to. And
We got one Latino.
got one Latino.
One Latino.
All right. Let's bring this back in. Jesus Christ. All right.
Listen, it's not our fault that the First Order put all of us into one unit. That's
Look,
the
I heard
First
the-
Order's problem.
I heard a bunch of the clones were Latinos before. Wow.
Now we got everything.
All right. But yes, you have Weekend at Bernie's, this individual, and you have the codes. You have stopped anybody from being able to see that this is about to lift off, and you're leaving. This is it. You can never come back here. You get caught by the First Order. It's summary execution. Maybe not on the spot, maybe in front of other squads as a example of what happens to people that flee, that defy, that defect. Every time I want to put an L in there. But it's in any last thoughts about this place as you're heading out?
Yeah, I think any of us could sit in any better.
Fuck this place, honestly.
All right.
Arrivederci, suckers.
Goodbye.
Okay.
See you never.
I mean, you train people to be killers, like
Surprise! We kill people!
Surprise, we're good enough.
We're good enough now. I'm just letting you know, as part of my tooled up gambit, well, as part of my just equipment and stuff, I just rolled because I was like, I'm gonna see how much we can grab of stuff. So we do have 6 remote explosives because I rolled a 6 on the d6.
Oh!
And we have 2 hull charges.
Oh, okay.
For
So
us.
they were playing Rainbow Six Siege. Gotcha.
Okay, well, you have all of this. You head out of this Imperial cruiser off to your next adventure. Over the course of the So from currently with the information that you now have access to, you do learn that the kids that you would specifically be looking for are going to be on the planet of Itara. It is of it's closer to the outer rim. It's not quite within there, so you do have a little bit of a ways to go. But as I said, you've got the general's credentials. You've got your main. You've got Fog, and you've also got Notch. Notch, this smaller person, is a Ranit, so like a rat person. Very good mechanic. So is able to help with that in the event that any you guys actually interact with any cruisers that are kind of passing by. I'm gonna say, Fog, make what's the right one for this? I'm gonna ask you to make a check for me. I'm gonna give you the upper hand because you have somebody with you. Let's see. Make a grit check for me.
Grit is my thing. Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. That is going to be, oh, we love to see it. That is going to be an 11.
Okay, and 11. So over the course of like this next week or so from to actually getting to Itara, there are a number of, I'd say, slightly close calls. Right, there are you knew at some point while the command center wasn't going to actually get the information about this ship leaving, it was going to notice it, right? So there are calls put out to that about what's happening. I say between you and Zach, you are able to comb through the various like databases that have the general's voice in it and able to respond back, taking this unit for a very specific mission and just kind of waylay them against kind of coming after you. There are a number of other times where ships are like kind of hailing you, fellow Imperial ships. You also just kind of again using the same process, kind of wave them off. It's a lot of work, and there are very close moments where it's like this isn't going to work. They're going to blow us all out of the sky, and you're thinking you'll never hear Piff's sarcasm, quotes just intimidating presence, Rhett's just silent readiness to do what's done, Bella or anybody again, and um it's a very fearful time. Like this is a new thing, this running away, this defecting with, not to say death wasn't always on the line for for stormtroopers, but there was like a little bit of downtime sometimes, you know? This is like a constant 24 hours of we could die at any second, and you can feel the rest of the crew, or at least the crew members that aren't the actual players, like they're feeling that tension too, but you push through it and you are able to get to kind of bypass all of that. Is there anything in particular happening with anybody within this week that this is going on?
That new engineer we brought, Bella is watching them. Like, not like super intensely, but like anything that they're doing, Bella's keeping an eye on them because I mean, we all kind of discussed our defection and sort of came all as a squadron to an agreement. This one's a tag along.
I want to add on to that. I think it's between Fog and Bella. Fog being a little bit more savvy with like engineering and like tech stuff is like also keeping an eye. So like we'll trade off like Bella. For today has been good. And Fog has just been generally trying to keep up morale by, even though consistently stressed by the 24 hours. Hey, no, I got this. Like it's just a little twist, a little that we're gonna be fine. Sweating buckets underneath the armor.
Okay. And I think Zach is very much is sticking close to you, Fog, as the only other like mechanically minded individual that they have like witnessed, and like but not in also when Rhett was like, hey, you can either come, you can explain this, like grab their mechanic's bag, it's come onto the ship, has a little kind of like fidget mechanical toy and like a screwdriver that they're always messing with. Very much it seems to be the only thing that keeps them calm in this whole thing of like thinking about what's happened. It's like I think at certain points when they think they're alone, you can just say, my life's over, this is my life. I didn't even do anything. I was just fixing a ship. They hired me to fix a ship. I was just here to fix a ship. Now there's oh god. The rebels. Oh boy. Never anything that like sounds like they're going to like turn you over, but very much like, what's my life now?
They're panicking.
I feel like there are times where Fog goes, well, you're rebel scum now. Think about that. That's a bonus. Where they're never gonna warm up to me. I'm gonna stop talking to them. And Fog walks away.
Even though you said this, still spends the majority of their time with you. So
yeah.
Oh boy.
You'll find quote for some reason still trying to uphold the rules of the Imperial. Like seeing people playing cards, you're not supposed to do that. Seeing people's like their Stormtrooper outfits aren't the best is like you gotta tighten that up. And he constantly it's fighting between like what's the new law and order now that we've broken, and so he's just constantly doing like that, like, hey, you not stop it.
I think it's Piff that is constantly doing new things right now, right? Like more so than anything before. Like everybody's got some type of contraband. Piff has like very few clothing for Piff, very like economical for whatever reason. But those of you that like heard Piff coming on, you could hear the clanking of bottles inside of the bag. So has the liquor stash, right? And it's just openly walking around with a flash, just not getting like shit faced or anything, except in the evenings when it's recreational time, but just a casual like, you know what, I feel like a drink, so just doing whatever. It's really Piff who's pushing these boundaries as the youngest, I think.
Hi, Piff.
Hey,
Do me a favor.
no.
One.
Maybe.
You could do me two. If you could do me a favor and just like not be you for like 4 hours, just 4 hours. If you could just not be you for 4 hours, that would really make my blood pressure go down. If you
What do I get out of it?
We remain at 21.
Oh, you're threatening me now.
No, sir, I don't threaten. That is below me. When I say things, I mean it. That's why they call me quote.
You could just go somewhere that I'm not if you needed me to not be me for a few hours.
I could, but this is a small ass ship, Piff. And here's the thing: there's not a lot of room. I'm a big man, and you're a very small boy testing my patience. So I've given you 2 strikes. Are you aiming for 3? Because I could throw you outside.
Yeah, let's see what happens at 3.
Let's go. We're throwing down now. So
We're right.
we're fine. Guess what happened?
I think it's like does anybody want to walk by and deal with this and interact with this at all? It's fine if you
No,
don't.
we've got a camera.
I was gonna say Fog is walking by going, good luck.
Yeah.
Camera.
This whole time, Red has divided his time between sleeping and coordinating whatever plan we've got going on. So he's probably like sleeping right now, right next to whatever's going on. And he just opens his eyes, like, yep, and closes back, goes back to sleep.
I think is Belt anywhere around for this?
I think you're probably like here's going quote, put him down. Does not even look at quote. Quote, put him down.
Is that a direct order,
Put
sir?
him down.
Okay. Quote is going to throw him as hard as possible into the ground.
Make
Like,
a
as
just,
hard.
just make a muscle check for me.
That's a 4 and a 5 plus 2. That's an 11.
Yeah. You take this and just slams. Ah! I think you broke my arm.
You broke my patience. I think we're clear. And here's the thing. And quote grabs the bag of liquor he has. I'm going to take this as payment. He just opens it up and takes a swig. Just walks away. Sir, pass belt. Sir.
Zell, take him to the medical bay. Quip.
Fuck him.
What I've been doing is that I'm calling within our squad. I've separated our squad into 4 groups of 5s. Except for Zatch. I don't know what to do with Zatch.
Listen,
Zach just added to
I would
Fonz.
consider Zatch a non-combatant. Honestly, Zatch is so scary. Not even a trooper, mind you, right? It's just like
A mechanic is attached to Fog by the hip.
Found a pet.
So I'm
Oh, a
taking,
pet!
I'm taking Quip, Wink, Chef, and Rhea, and we're going over the like schematics of the academy. We're talking about is like, all right, your squad goes here, your squad goes here, your squad's in part of this, your squad's doing this. Just like on like a hollow table, just like going over the plan with these like little group leaders of those squads.
So important information, right? So you know it's on Itara. The youngest are like kind of sequestered away at the polls. It's not like it's they're within a day of each other, but the bulk of the kids are going to be, unless they have the bulk of the kids are going to be at the main like campus, as it were. So if you are aiming to like get the kids simultaneously, you'll need to have like kind of 2 offenses. Yeah, I'm not saying split y'all up. Please don't make me. Please don't. But splitting up your squad, yes.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna probably be 2 squads going over to get the younger kids, and then the other 3 squads are getting the majority of them.
Okay, then yeah, you spend your time doing that then. And actually, I think with that, as the plans are coming together and you are getting ready for a 2-part assault simultaneously to get these kids, get these youngsters, these teens, these not quite there adults away from the Imperial Academy, that's where we're going to take our break. We'll be back soon, folks. Stay tuned for an epic fight. I'm sure it's going to be an epic fight.
Explode. I've got enough explosions.
It'll go out with a bang.
We set a bar.
Switch to Chrome to protect yourself from malware. So you can
whoever makes the best rap gets it for free. So, for the last 5 minutes, I've just been listening to nothing but homemade, unnecessary Drake disses.
Oh my god! Hello, we're back. Let's continue this story. Picking up, not much of a time skip, but picking up with our merry band of not heroes, mind you. Closing in on the planet Itara. I think the real important question here is, are y'all dropping off the 2 units that are going to the younger kids, or are they dropping y'all off and they're going to get those younger kids in the ship?
I think they should drop us off. Younger kids, probably it's easier to just shove them onto the ship as opposed to like, all right, now we gotta run, kiddos. Like that would be my cup of tea. 2 cents. Bleh.
I think if this is like an open discussion, Zach at one point, well, if if I go with them, and is like completely nauseous at the thought of it. And there's transport. We could get that, and then you keep this. They've got to have some type of transport to get back and forth and to get the kids moved when they are old enough. Is literally kind of shaking at the thought of having to go and do this, but suggests it.
You are so brave, Zach. That is big brain moment. He's genuinely trying to compliment.
He takes it.
Great, awesome. Look, progress. Awesome. All right.
I think just like uh looks at Raya and is like, you think you can handle that?
I got it, Captain.
Okay.
We'll get in and out of there.
Cool.
Or we'll die trying about it.
We'll drop you off and then we'll keep the ship here with us. Probably more convincing to see us with a bigger ship too.
Well, if we don't make it back here, it's been a pleasure serving. Turns to the rest of you, will say to you, quote, "You're a scary motherfucker."
I'm glad you noticed.
All right. And you so you've gotten to the planet of Itara. You have solidified these plans. This is a cooler planet. It does have it is where the actual main Imperial Academy is. It's not so cool in that particular part that they need the kind of the mechanical generative warmth fields, but as you like fly, and it's only like a like in the light cruiser, it is not a day's worth of a trip. For like on the ground kind of cruisers and whatnot, it would be, but it's a pretty quick trip there and to get back. But the climate change is like a harsh. Like you go from like, okay, it's cold, it's mostly winter here, to like this is like freezing kind of blizzard like area. Easy enough to navigate through it with the various with what the light cruiser has. However, it is just it's like you're on two completely separate planets at this point with how bad it is. And you can see as you drop the two squads down here that they're you can see these kind of like long pylons all around the place that seem to be like kind of generating a heat field through this. You can even kind of like as the ramp goes down for the units to get out, you can even kind of feel that heat coming in with trying to fight back the cold. Question: are Quip and Oob in either of these groups or staying with y'all?
They're staying with us.
Okay.
Yeah, Piff, Quip, Oob, Ven, and Zill are with us.
Excellent.
The ones that you
Pip's
have
with
named, they're with us. I got it. There's there for specifically for Quo.
God damn it.
I see that.
Mhm.
Captain,
Um,
why do you hate me?
Oh, relax. Okay. So you head back to the main headquarters of the Imperial Academy. What is the plan here? Are you just so you have the full blueprints here. You know where the student know where the students would actually the younger stormtroopers would actually be sleeping. So you could, if you were planning on like breaching and going in and getting them out immediately, you could do that. But what is the plan here? Like, are you starting off with a bang? Are you using the general's credentials in some way? Like, what is happening?
I think we're getting general credentials as far as we can. I think because the thing is like we're not only getting these kids, but also I want to try to get them to download whatever data we can from here. Um, so that will be a point of which things split off. Like some of us go get these kids, some of us are going to go get this information, whether it be in the because I assume like having like a central location is also good for them to actually have like a science lab of some sorts here. just like, yes, they are teaching these children to be soldiers, but also there might be some sciencey stuff going on over here.
Okay. So some of the things that the person in charge is a Sergeant Major Commandant Gar Das, alongside Sergeant Taskmaster Oris Lara. The two of them kind of are in charge of all this. You would know that there is a General Sham Fellis who is in charge. General Taskmaster Sham Fellis, who's in charge of like the younger kids before they hit their like preteens and they get shipped over here for the rest of that time. So that is who your other units would be dealing with. But okay, you're landing here, you're using the general credentials. What exactly is this ruse that's happening right now? Are any of you in the general's clothing, which mind you would need to have been patched up? Because you surely, and I'm gonna ask for if you're in the general's clothing, I am gonna ask whoever they think would have fixed that to make a savvy check for me to see how well it is. But yeah, so what's happening here? Like, what exactly is going on?
I'll make a savvy check. I'll do that.
Are we using the general's clothing?
Do we want to?
I don't think they're gonna buy any of us wearing a general's clothes.
That's fair.
I think they will. They just
remember, anyone above us doesn't give a shit what we look like.
Yeah. They most likely haven't seen us.
Darby, please make a savvy check for me then if you're planning on patching up this clothing.
Okay. All right. You got it.
Well, really, I just meant how many black generals have you seen?
That's why we're having Bella go.
There's a number. It's a racially diverse number of generals. I don't fucking know.
That's why we have Bella.
I got a 12.
Okay, listen, you expertly patch this up. Unless somebody is doing like microscopic examinations, there's no way for them to tell that 2 shots were fired into this uniform and one of them killed somebody.
Oopsie. It's catch up.
As you're kind of landing here, would you have called ahead, or is this more of like a spontaneous like showing up of things?
Well, we did technically leave with the only bit of evidence being the general that's on the ship. So, for now, we could or should at least be able to get down there safely.
I think spontaneous. I think this
Surprise
is like,
inspection.
not even like an inspection of just like, I think probably the Imperial Academy does regularly have like stormtroopers just do show up.
Could
to
we
be an example for the children? Whoa.
Could it? I mean, we could also be bringing people for, I don't know, rehabilitation.
I think we are doing a quick stop,
Mm.
and this is just a resupply.
Okay.
Like we're on patrol. We're making a stop over at the Imperial Academy because that's the only other place out here. And then we're gonna be on our way again.
Okay, who's wearing these general clothing?
Bella.
All right, Bella. So, in true fashion, all of you get in your stormtrooper. All of you that are still on the ship get in your appropriate stormtrooper attire. Bella, you are wearing the the clothing that you have stitched up of a dead general with the credentials attached, and you land in the designated area and you head to the front of the Imperial Academy. This is a large, so Imperial Academies are set up in a bunch of different ways. There's some that are kind of like still enclosed but kind of open campuses. This is not like that. You get the feeling because of the cold. It kind of comes out in like a very wide U shape with a number of like like kind of standalone location, still attached together by various hallways and walkways, all inside within that U shape. So you're coming to the front. There is already a contingency of individuals out here waiting for you. You actually do see Commandant Gar Das, who uses he/him pronouns. This kind of this brown-skinned 6'7" individual with very like shorn hair. General, like turning to Bella, pretty much ignoring the rest of you at this point.
You said Sergeant was his?
Sergeant Major, but you could also refer to him as Commandant, as like the person in charge here.
Commandant. I've come for. What the fuck? What did we say?
Quick,
Resupply.
We've swung by for a quick resupply. Unfortunately, our supplies ran low unexpectedly.
Make a savvy check for me.
Yes, please. I'm so glad I put so many. 9.
Okay. Kind of looks back. Very well done. Will this just be a very quick here for a brief moment? Are you wanting or needing to stay longer?
You know,
We can
it's been
accommodate
a-
one further day.
one further day might not be unwelcome. I think it's been a
Excellent. I
while.
can have you speak to the cadets then, since you have a number of your troopers here with you, so they know what to expect from the rebel scum.
And I think it will be good for them to see people have been seeing action. This is what their future is going to look like.
Exactly.
Indeed. Well.
All right.
shall
Well
we-
then. Yes. So we do have some quarters that we keep for Imperial officers. Though your troopers can stay in the dorms with the students, with the cadets. It's large enough.
Indeed. I would love a tour of the facilities, though. It's been a while since I've been in an Imperial Academy. Love to
I'll
see
leave
what it's
that
like.
to Taskmaster Lara. I have many important things to handle, of course, but I will your stay here should be fine.
Excellent. I look forward to meeting the cadets hopefully later today,
Hmm.
maybe in an hour or so.
Kind of
30 minutes.
turns to the Taskmaster Lyra. This like 5'3", kind of like kind of has like an every man, every woman build going on here. Very pale skin, red hair, lots of freckles. We'll get it handled, sir. As you were, and we'll turn and walk in, and the Taskmaster Lara. Well, General, follow me. And very much in like a just you, like essentially like, and they have a number of like of their own, not troopers per se, with them, but will like kind of hand wave that, like their own kind of like the Imperial Academy security forces, right? Will kind of hand wave, and those security forces will start ushering y'all that are not the general here to like where the kids are right now, and we'll lead you on that tour. We'll take you through the entire place, honestly, which does take about like an hour ish for that. But yeah, you are led away, and the rest of your companions are led to this kind of large open barracks area with like dozens and dozens of kids ranging from the age of 12 to 17 at this point, as the other like security. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have just one of the groups of 5 stay just by the
Ooh.
ship.
Gotcha.
And then the other 2, which is us included, are gonna go.
Okay, then yeah. Which is again Quip? Are you in the
Yes,
group?
Quip is Piff and Quip. that crew. That's
All right, cool. Listen, I just gotta know if we're being, if things are getting swisty. Okay, but yes, you were led to this like kind of large barracks area. Again, dozens and dozens of kids ranging from like 12 to 17. As the security forces kind of come in, the kids stop whatever they're doing. Some of them are like kind of clearly playing, but kind of straighten up when all of you come in here. One of the security forces, an individual by the name of let's see, what is this individual's name? Dangir. All right. We have some actual stormtroopers here. They'll probably be speaking to you later. And when I say actual, I mean that all of you are worthless and none of you are going to amount to anything. And you'll probably be discontinued if you keep acting the way you're acting. But
Wow, didn't know the taskmaster was my mom. Damn, fuck.
not even the taskmaster at this point, just one of the security forces being an ass. But treat them with respect. We're told otherwise, you know what it means. And walks out.
Nice. Okay.
Belt?
I think like we'll just like look at the security officers as they leave the area, and then we'll fully just take off the helmet. I'm trying to decide how much of this I'm gonna tell them.
While you are figuring that out, we will switch over to Bella and come back to what's happening here. Bella, hey, yeah. Taskmaster Lara will give you the full tour. They're almost exclusively.
Bella's like vibrating, like fuck.
Almost exclusively a training area, right? Like they do have a small like science lab off to the side. Yes, we do try and see if there are any performance enhancing things that we can do to, start testing them out on them young to get them used to it and whatnot. It is a little bit harder to do it for the older ones. The bodies aren't used to it and what, mind you, but that is pretty much the extent of the facility here, the laboratories. But yes, so lots of classrooms for their education, lots of shooting ranges and training grounds to make sure they are the best and brightest that we can put out in the fight against the rebel scum.
Of course. Yes. Absolutely. It's been a while since I personally have been on the front lines, so but I remember the days.
I am gonna have to make you make another savvy check here, friend.
Bella's not used to talking to people and was hoping that someone else would come with her. Okay, I mean like an 8.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine for now. Listen, if all goes well, maybe y'all get out of here without combat. Who's to say? You never know.
Who needs a gun?
Well, that
I
does.
brought quote, and I brought explosives.
We need to use them.
Listen, we'll use the guns. I promise. So, well, that's the end of the tour. I do believe you wanted to talk to the cadets. But before that, let me get you settled in your room as well.
Of course. Is there an operating system in which I can use? I'd love to peruse any data and things, statistics, just while I'm here.
I can provide you with you can be provided with a
Just like top students or
What information in particular are you looking for?
They mentioned drug experimentation, right? Or
They
like
did.
enhancement. Yeah, I'd love that data in a way that I can transport out of here, perhaps, for example.
If so are you
tell them that exactly?
I'm not telling them that. I'm telling you, the storyteller, that.
Okay, but what are you telling the taskmaster?
Okay, I'd love to see some data on these trials, these enhancement trials. the rebel scum are always finding new ways to squeak by us, and any promising research that you might have would be of interest to the higher ups.
First order.
First order. I know it's something.
I'm happy to get you any information on our students, their marks, how they're doing and whatnot. Unfortunately, I am not authorized to give you access to the research we're currently conducting. I'm glad that you can see the value in what we're doing. We do keep our superiors informed about how things are going in the First Order.
I see. Well, I'd love information on your students then. Any files that you might have.
Excellent. I can definitely have that gathered together and brought to you in a very accessible manner.
Excellent. Well, I will get used to my quarters then. I'm sure you're very busy and have things to do. I will not
Yes.
bother you any further.
Thank you. And we'll head off. Now, mind you, nice quarters, nicer than anything you've ever had as a stormtrooper.
I was like, ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's
I'm
very nice.
here.
Very large, like a queen size bed. Very nice, very fancy. Has a little mini bar in there as well. A little mini fridge with a couple of things stocked in there. Non-perishables. They're all right. They're better than they're better than what you get fed. But yeah.
Something in pockets.
But yeah, we'll come back shortly with those files. And with that, we're going to jump back over to belts. Yeah, I did that to you on purpose, AJ.
Thanks.
Man of many words, our captain is.
Yeah.
I think I look over to Quip, and I was like, all right, standard protocol. In case, find the weakest wall. In case we need to get out of here quick, set up along the doors.
Got it.
All
And
right.
Oob goes right along with Quip.
Yep. I look over these children, and it's like, I'm not gonna bullshit you. How much do you really want to fight for the Empire?
As you say that, this kind of this obviously one of the older kids kind of comes up. I'm loyal to the First Order and ready to fight the rebel scum.
You sure about that? Are you sure you're ready to step onto a battlefield? Step onto a place that may have not been doing anything? Didn't even know that the rebels were there.
If the First Order is sending us somewhere, then we must be there for a good reason.
Have they already taught you not to think?
Make a God. Ah,
Yeah.
God. I wish Savvy wasn't like every single charisma.
Can I
smart.
assist? Can I assist
Yeah,
something?
What are you doing? Yeah, how are you helping?
As he says that, Quote's going to take off his helmet, and I want to remind everybody he has a massive scar on a third of his face. Like the third side of his face is jacked up. And he just goes down. Yeah, kid. Are you ready to truly give your life for some bullshit?
So, does anybody else want to chime in here? Because you can get multiple instances of the upper hand. This isn't like D&D where you only get one. So is there anything else anybody feels like they can add to this?
Yeah, I think Fog would love to say something here. I think Fog would also take off their helmet and he would tuck it under his arm. Are you ready to sacrifice the one beside you, the other beside you, because they weren't strong enough, and live with that?
Like this kid, who would have given you a designation number SC-8524. It's just kind of looking between all of you, really confused. Ryan, is Rhett saying anything at this point?
I think Red is just reading the children's expressions. Like, nothing's not with children.
God.
We're so great with kids. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
He's assessing the level of indoctrination in the kids. Like which one, like how much within this group are like towards the end of Too Far Gone, and how many are towards the end of, they might
Yeah.
not be about this.
I mean, so first, obviously, nobody's ever really too forgotten. Like, look at y'all, right? But let's see. Make me a grit check for that. However, while you're doing that, Belts, you can roll me a savvy check, and you can have 2 instances of upper hand. So that is going to be 4d6 instead of your standard 2d6.
No,
You're
it's
gonna
just a
take the
seven.
highest 2. It's just a
Oh,
7.
it's just the 7.
I think it's a little bit harder to tell with the older kids. The younger ones, like, are clearly listening to this. Like, we're clearly like frightened of like quote taking off the helmet and showing that. Like, weren't afraid of quote before, so the scar really freaked them out.
Yeah.
It's like it.
Most of his assessment is just for himself, like
Yeah,
seeing the effects of the indoctrination.
yeah, the younger kids look like, they're probably not quite there, but the older ones it's a little bit hard. Like the 15 and up, it's harder to like really pinpoint.
I got a 12.
a
I got a 6 and a 5 are my highest numbers, and I got a +1 to savvy.
Jesus. All right, hold on.
I think I'm looking at this kid like I would have asked for his name and he would have given his designate. No, what is your name? Come on,
SC-8524.
I know how it is. I'm BE7152, but my name is Belts.
Another kid pipes up. We call him Scooter.
Scooter. Now I know. No one gets too far gone unless you're solely just going by a number. This is not the life you want. You did this for what? Protecting your family? Just dragged here?
I think as you say that, you can see that's the case for like the way the kids look at you. As you say that, it's the case for all of them.
This is not a life a kid should have.
Where will we go? This is Scooter.
To a galaxy far, far away from here.
And that's the game, but sorry. Please continue.
Yeah.
Come on.
Quiet the Raven.
We get you out. Maybe we get you to your families. I would not stake on it. That's depending on how well we get information out of here. We can first get you out, then get to your families, get them out wherever they are. But you need to decide now. You all need to decide now.
It's
Whether
as soon.
whether
Sorry.
you
No, go
want
ahead.
to look like us, blood on our hands,
And
multiple
Red will take
lives,
off his helmet at this point.
multiple lives taken, whether innocent or not. The Empire doesn't, the First Order doesn't care. They're no better than the Empire. But
The younger.
you can get what we didn't, a second chance.
The younger kids kind of crowd around the older ones, like kind of looking to them for guidance. These like 15 to 17-year-olds with these dozens, like there's more of the younger kids than there are these older ones with these dozens and dozens of younger kids just looking up at them like, what should we do? Like very much like you still have that kind of like, not just because they're older, but also like in the structure of things, they technically outrank them, right? Just very much looking up to them as like, lead us, help us, save us, kind of looks. And again, Scooter, who looks like maybe the oldest out of all of the older kids, just kind of looks at the rest of them. They all lock the older ones, they all kind of lock eyes. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, depending on whether or not our ruse is found out, I would have given Quip the whole breach.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they're in charge just in case things go bad.
Mm-hmm.
To get us the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Depending on whether our ruse is found out or not, there's going to be a general. Don't worry, they're with us. She's going to talk to you guys for a while. We got to figure out what else we can get from here. What can you tell me, Scooter?
Right. And Schooner will like just word vomit everything he possibly can to you about it. The other training place where the little kids are, what goes on with them, because he's gone through this whole thing. The like various like medications they have them take and how they make him feel. He can't really give you like the scientific back part of it, but he can tell you like, oh, they have us take this blue one and I feel like this, but then sometimes I can do this on this. So like it's giving you like the layman's terms of a lot of this stuff, right? And as that's happening, cut back over to our wonderful general here. General, are you going to the science lab? Are you about to try and sneak into the science lab and steal stuff?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna go and talk to the students?
I think Bella is at least walking near the science facilities, trying to assess if there is an opportunity to grab something.
Okay, make a savvy check for me as you're kind of walking past to assess this.
God bless Savvy. You know what I mean? I love that I put 2 in Savvy. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
Okay, with a 9, I think it's pretty clear to you that so there are like roaming guards all over the place, right? They do shift. However, there is like as you're walking by, you see there is a set number of guards that just stay within the entrance to the science facility. Like they don't leave. So it would be pretty hard to get in, and it might be harder to get stuff off the computers.
Mm-hmm. I think Bella will just go talk to the students. Just like, maybe if the guards leave, if things start going to shit, they can run in, run out, but not right now.
Okay, no, yeah, you head to talk to the students, and as you do so, Taskmaster Lyra kind of, yeah.
I think before, like Scooter has told me all this. It's like, all right, Fog, Rhett, if you get the chance, I need you to go to the science lab. Fog, you know what to do. Quote, things get bad, we're going loud.
All right. So, somebody roll 2d6 for me real quick.
I do it.
Yeah.
Using my gay dice.
Yeah.
Gave us
Gay
5.
dice?
A 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Should have wrote them in February.
So Taskmaster Lyra is accompanying you to talk to the kids. Like it's just kind of like it's essentially like given to you for this visit, right? And as you kind of come in, for those of you that are inside this right now, what are y'all doing in here? Like just a quick like just like how are you looking when the Taskmaster and your general shows up?
We have put on helmets back on.
Yep.
Helmets
definitely.
are back on. I think I think like as they're walking in, I think I do have like all the cadets like at attention and like away from whatever wall Quip found was the weakest. Just like far away from that wall. And like just kind of like going back and forth, like making it look like I'm doing like my own like little inspection of them.
Okay. I think so. Okay, so Taskmaster and your general walk in. Darby Bella starts talking to them about the woes of war.
The rebel scum have threatened us for too long. It is time for the First Order to put like just starts
Just
spewing
going in
off
on it.
shit, all kinds of just like the same stuff that they would have heard when they were
Propaganda.
a kid.
Democracy.
No.
Hell divers.
So here's the thing. I think all of you notice this happening with the cadets, right? And there, while a lot of them, like most of them are the younger ones who still have years of training in them, even the older ones who only have like 1 to 3 years left, there's like this energy that starts to come over them as the conversation, as like the speech keeps happening. They know something is coming and they can't contain it. They're kids, right? They're not trained here, and you can feel that shifting. And you're pretty sure that Taskmaster Lyra can feel that shifting. And I think you just you feel the moment when she is about to when she like is about to like call in for the security forces. Doesn't know what's happening here, but is like something's changing.
I got like quotes like right. Who wants a tour of light cruiser?
Quote, are you about to punch?
I was waiting for your big DM moment.
I appreciate you giving me that moment. So before you do, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna do a savvy roll off real quick because it's not like with the other general who wasn't even expecting anything. Like the energy has gotten weird here, right? So we're gonna do a savvy roll off. Yeah, and we'll see if you hit.
Yeah,
her
one of the troopers suddenly just started going for their gun, right?
We'll see if you can like do something about this before she says something to get the. What'd you get?
That's a 9, 5 and a 4.
In a standard, hey, this is just an 8, you would have won this. I did have her roll for this since we're seeing who can be fastest in this moment, and unfortunately that is going to be a 12. So as you're like coming back to do this, I will let you go ahead and roll your damage to hit her. Does hear the like, does like, hey, get in here, something's going down, and then gets hit. I need everybody to roll initiative for me. If you are doing melee, it is 2d3. Take the highest plus your savvy. If you are going to be using a ranged weapon, it is going to be 1d3 plus your savvy.
Savvy is the best tact in this game.
I'm going to make this game. I like it. I'm a little.
It's a good game. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is clearly the best one.
Savvy covers so much.
Yeah.
It makes me a little sad. Orbital Blues. I am an Orbital Blues proselytizer. All right, folks. I need you to know that. Okay, but yes. So, everybody, roll your.
What was melee again?
Yeah, I was
melee is 2d3 plus. Okay. Melee is 2d3. Take the highest and then add your savvy. Okay.
These dice need to stop rolling the same number when I'm doing initiative.
3 for you. 3 for
Man.
Quote.
Oh, that's right. You have pluses to savvy. You rolling a 3 is terrible.
2?
That's rough.
I rolled a 1 both times.
Oh my
and
god!
I only get +1 to my savvy.
Okay, Bella's got a 4. Rhett's got a 4, and my Taskmaster.
It's nothing.
Good day, sir.
Who is using a big fuck off melee weapon. is gonna get a. It's gonna go first. All right, and 1 second. I am giving y'all a new since you split up the squad, mind you. I'm gonna drop this little guy in here. Right now I need whoever wants to roll 2d6 plus 2 for an or well 2d3. Okay. Somebody roll initiative for your homies, right? So we'll go with the since some of them are going to be mixed and melee, we'll go with the 2d3, pick the highest plus 2 for them.
Okay. Of course, they roll higher than me. That's gonna be 5.
Okay. 5. Love that for them. All right. Come on, homies.
See, this is
Here we
why
go.
Ubernim was always so chill. They just ready. Like they stay ready.
They stay ready.
Oof. Okay. The
Ready.
security forces rolled like shit though.
Good.
Good.
All
Sucks for
right.
them.
Data
Couldn't be
source
me.
from A to Z. Wait, data.
Always me.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So okay, so it's gonna be the Taskmaster Eclipse Squad, and then okay, so first quote. What's the damage for punching her? So it's 2d6. So you're rolling 3d6 to see if you hit. Is wearing a little bit of like padded stuff underneath her, so the AC is going to be 9.
But
And
you are
then
rolling muscle.
you are rolling muscle, homie. Okay.
6, 6, 5 plus 2.
Okay, so you're
So-
gonna do like at least 6 points of damage. You're gonna do 6 points of damage to her.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Just fuck
That's a
my
broken-
Taskmaster up.
That's a broken jaw right there.
Didn't need
Um,
it anyways.
Okay, 5 points of damage. Love that. All right, I just dropped the new little thing in there. Oh wait, no, I didn't. It's the same. It just has 5 hearts instead of 20 because there's only 5 of your homies in there. It's fine. So, oh wait, no, that's not how that works. I'm gonna keep track of their hit points. Don't worry about it. They'll be fine. So
They'll be fine.
yeah.
Go that way, have a few laughs.
AJ, are you gonna roll for them or?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Things are happening.
They're just working on the blast right now. Just that
They're
group is
breaching.
okay.
Yeah,
So they're not in the combat at this moment. They're working on the breach. Okay. Next up is Eclipse Squad in initiative. They like set the charges. Get ready. We'll have this blown open by the next round. Bella, you are up. Do you have your gun? Does somebody else have your gun?
Someone else has my gun.
I have Bella's gun.
Okay.
I do have my baton though.
Okay. Okay then. Yeah. Go ahead.
Is there anybody
I'm-
next to me while I'm up in this?
So the way that distance kind of works in here is like you've got like close, nearby, that kind of thing. You all are in this like kind of it's like a large barrack area, but it's like small enough that like hey, you can get to somebody to hit them, so you're fine. Like as this has started, the security forces have run in at this point, but they're in they're like on the lower end of initiative. So, yeah, who are you running to hit at this moment?
Who of the people I was walking around with is still up? I've already forgotten. All
The
names.
everybody's still up at this point. The Taskmaster took a lot of damage, but is still up. Just kind of it's like spits out a globule of blood, and it's like draws this big fuck off club.
Ooh, no. Baton. I'm gonna baton them.
Okay, so
yeah.
let's see.
We weren't allowed to party when I was in school. Why do you get to club?
Exactly. So yeah, go ahead and roll the 3d6 for me.
Why are you pointing a gun at me? Point the gun at them!
What you said.
What? It's plus. This one's muscle, right? Because it's.
Yep.
It's physical. Okay, 9.
Yep, just hits. And how much damage are we talking?
1.
Takes that damage, is still up and going. Rhett, you are up at this point.
Seeing the Taskmaster's still up, I'm just gonna pop off a shot.
Okay, go ahead. Roll those
Right.
3d6 for me.
Right to the chest. Actually, it's 4d6, right?
Oh, wait, that's right, because you always have upper hand with that fucking pistol. Okay, so as a reminder, when you're rolling this, you need 2 of them to equal at least 9, and then you get like one of the dice is going to be the damage.
Okay.
And you just have that one floating dice to like move around to help you with like getting to 9 and or getting more damage.
So overall, I got a 11, and that'll be 3 damage.
Okay. Ooh, to my taskmaster?
Mhm.
To my little homie? Oh wait, did she go? Did I have her attack somebody?
Nope.
Okay, before you kill her, I'm gonna have her take her turn. Just real quick. She's about to die. She's about to hit you, quote.
Oh
What
shit.
was her swan song?
What's her swan's? Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna
Ooh.
hurt.
Yeah, it is gonna hurt actually.
Alright.
That is gonna be 6 points of damage. Just kind of takes this giant fuck off mace,
So,
hits you across the face with it. Rebel scum.
and that's the
It-
last thing that this person has ever said.
Yeah, and just all right. Yep, that is my homie dead. Ugh, baby girl. All right.
Reaction.
And after
You nerf
after
her?
Red shoots, he's gonna look back at the kids, get behind something, and
Yeah, the kids
Get
are
ready to-
like not in the initiative. They're just kind of scattering, getting ready to go
Yeah.
at this point. So it's just y'all at this moment. Okay. Belts. The Taskmaster is down for the count. Has kind of fucked up quote though. If I'm remembering how many hit points you have. I don't have to remember, I can look. Yeah. Quote's kind of fucked up at this point from that big fuck off mace hit. And the security forces are in here. So we do have a mob going on in here. Which you can attack like you normally attack. They'll take damage and stuff, but there is multiple of them. It's just grouped together, so it's a few things change, but not by much. So, what are you doing? The security forces in here see that this just happened, looking back and forth between everything, looking back like at the breachers back there. What's going on?
Yeah. How many are by the door? Like by the door from where they entered in.
Pretty much all of them.
Cool. I'm gonna launch a grenade over there.
Mhm.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. Because I need them to be cleared of the way, and I need Fog to go in there. I was about to call you Ghost.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Jesus. Yeah. Roll
Yeah, what am I rolling for this?
for your grenade launcher. I do believe. Okay. So. All right, so first things first, all weapons pretty much follow the same rules. It's just they have specific tags attached to them.
Yeah, military weapons are deadly, conspicuous. I've added precise, and it's also explosive.
Okay, on a hit, takes a goon out or reduces the mob size by an additional 1. Okay, so first roll your damage, right? Like roll to hit. Roll to hit.
Okay. What am I adding to this? My savvy?
Yeah,
Grit?
it's still savvy.
It's still savvy. Oh hell yeah, that's a 10.
Okay, yeah, that definitely does it. How much damage are we talking?
I mean, I only rolled 2 dice, so
Oh, you needed a third in there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like just a standard like ranged attack. So it's 3d6, and then whichever die is left over from the attack, you get that as damage.
yeah, that was 6.
A 6.
A 6.
Okay. All right. So we bumped that up to a 7. So mind you, the security force has been called in, and it's a large number of them, right? It's not 20, right? I didn't sick 20 guys on you, or anything like that. But 7 of them have just like you have rocket launcher blown up not only 7 of these guys in just bits, but also the area around the door, which just like there's still 8 of them left, right? But they've kind of the ones that survived like jumped further into the room and scattered, and so they're not close to the door at this point. Okay.
Fog, Red, go.
Y'all got this.
Yeah, we got this.
I think they more than got this.
Okay, they
We're
took
just gonna
7 so
go.
far. Okay, so y'all, so
Their
It's
rifle
lovely
back.
hosting us.
Also, give Bella, give Bella their gun.
Yeah, just
quote.
toss.
Yeah, you toss the gun. Quote. What are you doing right now?
So, help me understand. There's a bunch of guys inside.
Yes. So okay,
Okay.
right now you have the kids scattered around, hiding behind stuff. You have your other unit at the back, at the breach wall, getting that set. It'll go off next round unless something happens to them this round. You've got about like 8 guys left from the security forces so far, although that was a loud explosion, so that's probably gonna. We'll see how that goes, right? But that's all you've got in here. You've got 8 combatants in this area right now.
Cool. Quote's going to grab his riot shield, which he has.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to square up. He's going to find the greatest group of them and bull rush these ones.
Okay, I'll say there's 3 of them in one area. They all dove around to the same area.
Yeah. I'm going to
Okay.
bull rush him.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna say, Fog, you can run out on your next turn. Rhett, you will be behind, and like you'll catch up like at the next round since you've already had your turn to leave here and get out of here. But yes, quote, let's hit it. Oh my God.
A total of 11. I got a 5, 5, and a 1. So if I need to beat an 8, the last dice is only gonna be 1.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you take out one of those 3 guys. Okay. All right.
Can I?
Is it
Can I
5, 5,
say-
2, and a 1?
I have 5, 5, and a 1. So I need to
Oh.
use both 5s to beat the 8. And my last dice is a 1. So,
Oh wait, wait. What's your So these guys have a these guys have a 9 because they're wearing at least some padding, right? What is you have a +2 to melee.
my bad.
Yeah, no. You still need the 2 5s, yeah, to beat a 9. So you need to hit a 9 for these guys. So yeah.
But
yeah.
I forgot to add my 2 muscle, so I actually did 3 damage.
Oh, you don't add muscle to the damage, you just add it to the attack.
Oh, then yep, crap. Yep, that's still bad math. Okay.
No worries there, homie.
Watch out, we are doing math.
Math.
With that, Quote's just gonna hold up his right shield and goes, "Shoot these mother in the head!"
And as you shout that, it is the security guard's turn. Now, mind you, they see the breachers over there. They see that they're about to get this set up and gone off on their next turn. So they are, in fact, gonna try and hit the homies back there.
No, but there's 2 big threats right here. One with explosives and one with a riot shield.
Listen, their main concern here is not these kids leaving.
Their main concern should be surviving.
They're stormtroopers.
The very fact they hit anything is a surprise within itself.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Damn. Yo,
Okay.
we're about to have quote hold Pilf in his arms.
These 7 remaining, because mind you, mobs deal damage equal to the size that they are.
Oof.
So, do they roll against the? Oh yeah, they rolled against the odds. Actually, hold on a second.
Oh, that's awful.
It might be fine.
We're fine.
Everything's fine.
You're not, unfortunately. They don't do okay. They rolled really poorly. They still hit. So you kind of watch as they kind of fire off, and you watch pretty much the entirety of your gang right there that's in the back, like take the hits and kind of crumple to the ground. It's not looking great for them, but we'll see what that means for them in a moment. Fog, what are you doing? You've just watched one part of your unit get shot down in this moment. You were told to run to the science lab.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Also, I think at this point you hear like a like the like alarms going off right now.
Yeah. There are a lot of alarms. They are still grouped right in front of the door, right? I can't just like sneak.
No,
down,
no,
like...
you can go. The explosion, the
Mhm.
rocket like scattered them. They're in the room. You can run. You
Okay.
can go right now.
Fog is gonna take one glance over at the homies and run out those
Okay.
doors.
Okay, I'll say with you running, you will get there this turn, but you'll have to wait till the next turn to actually start doing anything.
Sounds good.
And then at the top of this is Eclipse Squad. So this current squad, this part of the squad has been shot. It's not looking great. Kind of at this point, you do see the blood. Like in a perfect world, you could get them to the med bay, but this is not a perfect world. This is probably not going to end well for them. But you do see Quip, who might have gotten a little bit of shielding from Oob trying to protect Quip, who still is injured, gravely so, without any support, is going to kind of crawl over to the charge, bloodied hand, hit it, and just that wall explodes open. I'm going to make the assumption that you told your gang at the ship, if you hear an explosion, get over to there to get the kids in. So as that's happening, you know that the plan is in motion. And with Quip's kind of last breath, kind of shouts, "Through the hole!" One of the few things you've heard like Quip say in this entire suggestion. So now the question is, so we are next up, we are back at the start of the round. Well, Taskmaster's dead. This section of Eclipse Squad is gone. Bella, we're kind of, so we've got about 20 minutes left. So I'm gonna get us a little loose out of here. We got a couple of guys going. So Bella, Rhett, and Belts. Bella, Rhett, Belts, and Quote. What are you doing right in this moment?
I'm tossing Bella her gun and going right behind Fog.
Okay, you're running after the homie.
Yeah, I'm covering these kids. I'm getting rid of as many of these security guards as I can, making sure if there is shots going towards them, we are getting in the way.
Okay.
Quote.
No, go ahead.
Quote is actually going to run, grab the melee weapon, and start banging it against the ground. As long as these kids are in here, he's going to be like, "I will take each and every one of y'all out. You better hope the Lord comes to see you." And I'm talking about the fifth one. And just keep swinging.
Okay. Bella, what are you doing here?
I think Bella's trying to run ahead as much as possible and just like snipe like potential like corner points and stuff like that. Just like
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna ask, since we're getting a little loosey-goosey with the flow of things. Belts, I'm gonna ask you to roll me 4 attacks here. And just like don't worry about the I'm gonna ask you to roll me like 4 attacks. Tell me what the roll 4 attacks, keep the damage with you, right? Bella, I'm gonna ask you to roll me 3 attacks at this point. And Quote, I'm gonna ask you to roll me 5 melee attacks. And then the two of you who are running off, right? In this round, I think given the blueprints that you know and whatnot, and hearing like running and people running towards you, would have gone around the other way to get to the science lab. The scientists are in here and they're kind of cowering, like, what the hell is going on? Fog, you have time to actually like try and start downloading this. So I'm gonna ask you to make me. We're gonna do savvy, but I'm gonna give you upper hand because grease monkey and whatnot.
Yeah.
Fog, no, sorry. Rhett, you're here as help to make sure that Fog gets out. Is that accurate? I'm gonna ask you to make me 3 attacks real quick. All right. Starting up at the top. AJ, attack one. Like as this is kind of happening, more soldiers or more of the security forces are coming in along this area. How many of those attacks that you did hit a 9?
I got 3 hits.
Okay, how much damage are we looking at?
13.
13. Okay. Now this is a large force of the security guards. You are like picking them off at this point, but there's a number of them. Okay. Next up, Lamar, quote, how many of those attacks hit?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
That's 2, so that would be 3 plus 5. That is 8, and then that's also going to hit, so that's 9, and then that's also going to hit, so that's 14, and then that for damn sure is going to hit, but that's only going to be 12. Oh, one more. Yeah, fucking hell, quote. Plus is 2. That's 15.
Okay. How much damage across all of those?
15.
Oh, 15 points of damage? Okay. Again, just they're kind of swarming in here, and you were just taking this melee weapon, just whoop, 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 and just bashing the shit out of everybody that's coming in here. There's some are still getting through. The kids are running out. Bella, how many of the attacks hit?
All of them.
Okay. How much damage is that?
Across the board, it is 12 points of damage.
Okay, 12 points of damage. Y'all are very much holding your own here. Like, I would say across, like, the two of you that are still in here fighting, right? I would say the damage that the two of you take from all of these is going to be 3 points of damage to Quote and 4 points of damage to Belt at this point, but the fighting is continuing. Bella, you are taking these shots when anybody gets too close to the kids. Very shortly, all of the kids are kind of squeezed into this light cruiser. Like, it's a tight fit, but they will fit, you will fit, and the other kids will hopefully. Zach has gotten another ship so to follow along, or at least be attached to the light cruiser for extra space. But you could probably make it work. It won't be comfortable, but you can make it work. Now, down to our two that are in the science lab. Fog, what did you roll?
Fog rolled. That was a 10 on the dice plus a 1 savvy. That's an 11.
Okay, so the DC was 8. You got decently above that. So here's what I'm gonna say happens, because I'm after this. There's one of you that is unquestionably gonna make it out of here because they're already at the breach wall. The other like 4 of you, we're gonna do one quick little roll about it, and then you're gonna tell me how things end, regardless, depending on how you got there or not, right? So with that 11, I'm gonna say that you were able to gather down this information, and mind you, it's not a huge server, right? They are just here testing this. You gather the information, and because the ship is so close, you're just able to send it to the ship at this point. It is fine. It is already there, even if you don't get out alive.
Right.
Rhett, I asked you to roll some attacks, correct?
Yeah.
All right. How many of those meet or beat a 9?
3. I got
Okay.
damages 1, a 2, and a 5.
Okay. So, 8 points of damage across. Now, mind you, there are less guards here with y'all. Still a number, but not a lot. So you're kind of holding your own at this point. Now, we are getting into the kind of final moments here. So first, Bella, who is right there with the kids as they're running up onto the ship. Are you getting on to at least as the last kids kind of funnel in there? Are you getting in? Are you just on the ramp waiting for the rest of your unit members? Are you waiting to see how it ends?
I'm on the ramp, but positioned with my rifle aiming down towards anybody following after my squad, but I'm not getting onto the ship until they're past me.
Okay. So I'm going to ask each of you that are within this air, either right there or in the ship, to roll me a grit check. The two of you that are in the Bella, you don't have to roll that. You are already on. You are fine. The two of you that are in the bowels of this place, you've run in, I'm going to ask you to make that grit check against the odds. So you're going to roll 4d6 and drop the highest. And if you pass this, you manage to, despite the injuries, despite the fighting, to get to the ship. And I'm gonna ask you hey, just a quick narration of what that looks like. And if you fail this, I'm gonna ask you to tell me how you died. AJ, you're up first.
All right.
It's just a straight 3. It's just a straight 2d6 for you. Also, sorry for the
Oh, I thought it was against the odds for me because I'm.
no. The two people. Okay, so belts and quote, it's just a straight 2d6.
Oh, okay.
Ret and fog, it's 3d6. Apologies, this is not an attack. It's just a check. So you're rolling with against the odds. You're gonna drop the highest. Fog and Ret. Belts, what you get?
I got a 12.
Okay, all right. We're gonna come back to that narration in a second. Actually, tell me how you're getting out. We'll get it piece by piece real quick.
Okay. I think just fully just like launching grenade after grenade after grenade into this mob. And I think like just like fully backing up, tapping tapping quote on the shoulder, letting him know that I passed him. Uh and just trying to clear as much as I can out, and then going through the breach hole
Okay.
And making it to the ship. But also, I am going to start planting the remote explosives.
Yeah, of course you are. Quote, what did you get on your grit check?
Quote looks back at the captain just as he exits the hole. He lets out a small smile. And he turns back and he gets clipped in the head. He falls.
Fog, what did you get on your grit check?
Hog. That'll be. That was the 3d6, correct?
Yeah, drop the highest and
Drop highest. He rolled good. That is going to be. That is an 11 plus the 4, 14 plus his grit. That is going to be 16.
Jesus.
I know.
Jesus. Yeah, you. Whew. Actually, before we narrate this, Rhett, what did you get?
With my 1 grit, I got a 9.
Okay, the both of you make it out. All right, Fog, narrate this. What's happening? You get this stuff. What's going on?
So just to clarify before I finish this narration, were there any children within the science
No.
area? No.
No. No
Okay.
kids, just adults.
Okay. So what he does is when he gathers up all the information, he has a copy as well. He's going to take his stun gun, and with that roll, if you allow me, I want him to rip it open, put that stun, like that explosive piece, inside the biggest computer he finds, turns to Rhett and go, "It's a party, let's run!"
Yeah, no, you listen, you knock that roll out the park. You do that 100%, and you are running. Rhett,
And
what's
from Red, I think Fog will see something he's probably not seen in Red. Almost like he's in a trance. He takes out both of his pistols. And it's cinematic as he's just taking dudes out on the way. Just fluid motion like you've never seen this kind of shooting from a stormtrooper ever.
And it's needed as you get to like that clump of the security forces that are still like kind of getting picked off by Bella, but you fire them, you cut down a wave, you push through, you see the body of Quote as you run through the breach and into the ship. And as the last of you are on the ship, it begins to take off towards the other facility. The remote detonations. You have, at least at this moment, you saved this group of kids. You race over to the other side, unsure what you'll find there. And with the memory of your giant, strong companion quotes, that is where we're going to end. FN-2187 was a stormtrooper.
I think we need to know, Lamar. Let them know what your swan song is.
Yeah, what's your swan song, Lamar?
It was Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Ugh.
Oh.
Uh, thank
Perfect.
you, all of my to all my players for being here. I was very excited to run this. Thank you for everybody that watched and donated. And yeah, I guess you'll never know if they get the other kids or not. But I think there's a happy ending there. And yeah, that's us. Appreciate everybody. There's another thing popping up that's going to be here at like 7:30, so 7 minutes from now. So stay tuned, enjoy the show, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
No.
Bye.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
that's right. Hey everybody, my name is VJ Harris. You can find me at VJH Creations everywhere on the internet, unless it's Instagram. That's VJH_creations. AJ, go.
Hi, you can find me everywhere as not even AJ. No, you can find me everywhere as Husha_kid. Please, keep donating for this event. Also, please do not stop talking about Palestine and the Congo. What is happening over there? It is absolutely horrendous. We need everyone to know.
Thank you, AJ. Darby.
Hi, hello. My name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet. You can find me doing stuff and things on Thursdays. You can find me on the Happy Jacks RPG channel, playing All Games Adventures, which is a Savage Worlds game at 7 p.m. PST. Yeah, and don't take your eyes off those college students either. Those universities are getting their fucking reckoning coming to them.
Exactly. Lamar.
7118 last is both, neither, and everyone in between. My name is Lamar the Con Guy, Lemar the Con Guy. All social media is made before 2023. Lamar the Con Guy. You can find me on Feywild and Out on Monday, 7 p.m., where we play my Space Jammer game. And that is one of the many things I'm doing. Please follow me on social medias. And also, stay black, be proud.
Excellent. Revon, you're up.
Hello, my name is Revon. My pronouns are he, Faye, and you can find me anywhere on the internet as the Mythic Bunny, on Twitch, on Twitter, on Blue Sky. I almost forgot which one that was, and probably in the fridge somewhere as a mythical creature. You can also find me playing as Vicente V. Belmonte on our beautiful Latine all group, BIPOC, trans, powerful group over at Cafe Cultivar. You can check us out every other Monday. We are a beautiful group telling a beautiful story about culture and about finding yourself. In addition, I also do some streaming. It's very fun, but most importantly, free Palestine.
Free Palestine, exactly. And last but not least, Ryan, take us away.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Ryan or Sphinx Overall on Twitter and Blue Sky. Don't do much around space other than pop in the games every once in a while and lurk in people's channels. Like everyone has said, don't sleep on what's going on.
Exactly.
Do whatever you can to help. Even that's just learning.
Exactly. And with that, folks, that is where we're gonna leave it. Bye.
Cole, he's my miracle child.